Hello, good morning students. I am Kanti sir for teaching mathematics in 10th English medium. As you know, in previous lecture we discussing completing square method. Okay, and we have solved one sum also from exercise 4.3. Okay, it was first question and first sub question. Okay, so first question was solved by completing square method, and 2 or 3 sums just like that was given as a homework, and I hope you successfully done that. Okay, now remaining sums we now going to solve by the same method, completing square method. You know, in completing square method we have to find first of all last term. They gave us last term, but it was not perfect square triangle. Same way, today also we first of all find last term, then look at their last term they have given, third term. If it is appropriate, mostly it is not appropriate. So in 99% we have to shift their last term towards right side, and we have to put our found last term at that place. Understand? So our main step or first step is to find last term. Formula of last term is middle term square, last term middle term square into upon 4 into first term. Okay, this is for completing square method. Okay, and now we just planning to solve question number first, second. Okay, exercise 4.3. We already solved first sum. Okay, now look at that. 2x square plus x minus 4 equal to 0. This is the given quadratic equation. It is just like yesterday sum, nothing is new. Okay. Again, so mainly your that sum or method is revised. Okay. So now first of all find last term, middle term square. 4 into first term, sorry, not first term square, only first term. Okay. 4 into first term only. So it is x square cancel out, so 1 by 8. Okay, 1 by 8 left. So now 2x square plus x, actually 1 by 8 is required here, and here given minus 4. So obviously that term to be shifted at right side, because we want to place here this term only. Okay, so first of all make space, free space. Okay, so I just shift that towards right side. So minus 4 become plus 4. Now in next step only we will add that. So 2x square plus x. Now we have to place that term here, because 3 terms should be there for perfect square triangle. And last term or third term is not mostly appropriate, so we find. If it is appropriate, then no problem. No shifting, no adding that. Okay, very easily it can count it. And you know, if we want to add any term at one side, then we are compelled to add the same term at opposite side also. Otherwise, it will be imbalanced. Okay. So actually, we need here 1 by 8, but we have to add here also. Okay. Now this is perfect square triangle, but obviously fraction is there. So our first priority is to remove fraction. How? By multiplying whole equation by 8. You can take LCM also, but it takes 2 steps. Even it is easier to multiply whole equation. Whole equation means both sides, all terms by same number. Which number? 8. So that we can remove 8. Now 8. So 2x square into 8, 16x square. I directly writing 16x square. 8 into x, 8x. 8 into 1 by 8, 1. 8 cancel out. 8 4 are 32. Here also 1. 8 cancel out. Okay. Now perfect square trinomial. So in place of perfect square trinomial, you can write binomial square, because it is a square plus 2ab plus b square, so you can write a plus b whole square. But if you want to write directly, then as I told yesterday, how to write directly binomial square in place of perfect square trinomial. First of all, first term root, last term root. First term root means square root, last term square root, and middle term sine. Okay, so automatically you can write directly and perfectly binomial square. Okay, now you know, if you want to find x, then degree should be removed. How to remove degree? By taking square root. So 4x plus 1 equal to square root of 33 is not possible. It is not perfect square number. So just write down. Not possible means not perfect square number, means square root is not in integer. So we have to add square root sign, and there are always two answers. Why? Square root of any number is either plus or minus. Okay. Now basically there are two right side. So write down two equations, one's plus and one's minus. Another one, and or whatever you want to write. 4x plus 1 equal to minus root 33. Okay. Now solve all this. Now nothing is new. So 4x equal to root 33 minus 1, x equal to root 33 minus 1 upon 4. It is our first root. Now 4x equal to minus 33 minus 1. In next step, x equal to minus root 33 minus 1 upon 4. Okay, this is our second root, means second solution. And you know, quadratic equation have mostly two solutions, but I am telling mostly, not always, because rule is that maximum number of roots is equal to the degree of equation or degree of polynomial. Degree of polynomial is here 2. So maximum 2 zeros or 2 roots are there. Maximum 2 zeros or 2 roots means what? It can be 2, can be 1, or can be 0. 0 means no solution or no root. Okay. So you understand, and you can notice these roots are irrational. Irrational means, you understand, we already studied this concept in lesson number 1. Irrational means in which root sign cannot be removed. If any number with root sign, then it is called irrational. Otherwise, remaining whole numbers are called rational numbers. Understand? Okay. Now, one another things. This sum they have clearly asked to solve by completing square method. Even if you want to try it by factorization method, then it is not possible. Why? Because factorization method is possible whenever root or solution are rational. Otherwise, no. Okay. So here irrational. So now, if you try anyway, then factorization method never possible. So understand, again I repeat, whenever roots or solution or value of x are rational, at that time only factorization method can be applied. Otherwise, you cannot get factor 4 to the 8. You cannot get factors of 8 so that their difference becomes 1. Not possible. Okay. So here this method is compulsory to solve this sum. Otherwise, we going to study next method also, quadratic formula method. In that method also applicable in any sum. So perfect square or completing square method and quadratic formula method are always applicable to any quadratic trinomial or any quadratic equation. But factorization method is applicable whenever roots are rational, otherwise not. Okay. Okay, now same way, look at number 3. Okay, I remove this. Now it is given 4x square plus 4 root 3x. 4x square plus 4 root 3x plus 3 equal to 0. Before removing this, first of all find last term. Maybe it is required. Okay, if it is required, then why we shift? If we shift that, then again we have to shift at left side again. Okay, so don't shift blindly. First of all, always find last term using that formula. Now middle term square is 4 root 3x square. 4 into 4x square. Okay. Square of 4 root 3. 16 3s are 48. 16 3s are root of 4. 16 root of root 3 3. So 16 3s are 48x square. 16x square. X square cancel. 16 3s are 48. Okay. 16 3s are 48. That is required, appropriate. Okay, so no need to shift it. Don't discard it. Why? It is necessary, it is required. Okay, so no need to shift there. So no need to add this term both side. Directly you can write here whole square. Okay, because it is already perfect square triangle. If you get the same term here already given, then it is already perfect square trinomial. So no need to complete square. Square is already there. So now, as I told, first term root, last term root, root of 3, root 3, and middle term sign. Okay. Now take square. So 2x plus root 3. 0 square root is 0. And no plus minus 0. 0 is 0. Okay. So now just solve it. So 2x equal to minus root 3. X equal to minus root 3 by 2. Okay, understand? So only one solution we got. Sometimes two, sometimes one, maybe sometimes no solution. It is not necessary that every time we will get a value of x. Okay? So understand, this is the, and very easy, because that process is not needed here. So automatically that process is already included and given perfect square trinomial only. So directly we make here square. Okay? And thereafter it is very easy how to equate that value. Okay? Now after writing and understanding this, look at number 4. Number 4. It is 2x square plus x plus 4 equal to 0. Okay. Now, according to that method, first of all, we cannot know here it is appropriate or not. Okay. Middle term square, x square, 4 into 2x square. That is just like number 2. Number 2. Okay, but quite different because last term is positive and in number 2 last term was negative. Okay. So this remains same only 1 by 8. So it is not 1 by 8. So first of all shift that right side. So 2x square plus x equal to minus 3. Okay. If it is not needed, thus only discard it towards right side. Just push it. Now add this term at both sides. Why? Because we require here, we have value. Okay, it is our complement. So 2x square plus x plus 1 by 8 equal to minus 4 plus 1 by 8. Okay, then you know why we are adding both sides. It is the rule. Now it is completely perfect square trinomial, but we have to remove denominator. So multiply whole equation by 8. You can take LCM also, but instead of taking LCM, it is easy to multiply whole equation. Whole equation means both sides. Means all terms, all 5 terms by 8. So 8 to the 16x square plus 8x plus 1 because 8 cancel out. 8 for the 32 but minus, and here 8 cancel, only 1 left. Obviously this is perfect square triangle, so you can write binomial and you can verify also. It is in form of a square plus 2ab plus b square. If you want to verify, you just verify this way. Suppose every time we just assume it is perfect square trinomial, but how? A square plus 2ab plus b square. It is in the form of this, then it is okay. Now write down here 4x, here 1. Now according to formula, a square plus 2ab plus b square. So a is here and b is here. So that inside of bracket 4x is a and 1 is b. Now verify. 4 to the 8x that come, and for first and last square root is possible. So it is in this form. That's why we are writing a plus b whole square. Okay. So every time I directly give you first term root, last term root, middle term sign. Okay. So directly you can write binomial square. First term root, last term root, middle term sign. Okay. So that is nothing but identity. It is minus 31. Why? You know opposite sign subtraction, and at last bigger sign applied. Now take square. Take square. 4x plus 1 equal to minus 31. Now one problem arises. Plus minus may be written or not written, that is not important, but square root of negative number never possible. No square root of negative numbers. So we cannot go ahead here. We cannot proceed here. Why? Because how to find square root of negative number? It is not real. It is not real. Okay? So we cannot give answer. So in this type of case, we can say, therefore, otherwise write down minus root 31 not belongs to R. Therefore, x not belongs to R. In mathematics, we cannot say blindly that root is not possible or solution is not possible. That is not language of mathematics. Okay? We have to say that x is not in real number, because in 11th science, out of you, many students study in science stream. At that time, you will find root of minus 31, any minus numbers, and it will be complex number. Okay, so if I say here solution is not possible, root is not possible, or it is impossible, this type of statement or phrases are not appropriate here. They are quite rough or rustic language. Okay, so in systematic and mathematical language, we can say it is not belongs to R, means not in real number. Real number means, you understand, or rational or irrational. But except that complex and that, now it is not in our syllabus, so I am not going in depth so much. So you have to give answer in this way. Okay. Okay, so this was last. Now look at second question, main question number 2. They are telling to solve same all 4 sub questions by another method, and that method is quadratic formula method. So next method is quadratic formula method. Now what is quadratic formula method? So first of all, formula what is there, so you understand it is based on formula. You just remember formula and apply that formula. It is very easy. Okay. So first of all, I just remove this, because again all 4 sum we have to solve by quadratic formula method. Okay. So now this method gone. It is quite similar to this, but based on formula. So in this one, first of all, every time you have to find D, capital D is for discriminant. So first of all, you have to find discriminant, capital D, and its formula is b square minus 4ac. b square minus 4ac. This is the formula of discriminant. After getting discriminant, use that value and find out alpha beta. Alpha beta means two roots, two zeros. We already used these symbols in lesson number 2 also. So alpha is equal to minus b plus root d upon 2d, and beta equal to minus b minus root d. Actually one formula only, but whenever you try to find out the root of any number at that time, two answers will be there, plus and minus. So priorly we have written two separate formulas. Basically they are same. So once root is taken positive and another time root is taken negative. So now in place of root b, you have to put only numerical value, not sign. Understand? So in place of root d, you have to place only numerical value, not sign, because sign is already discussed separate. Okay? So verb and total two formula. First formula is finding discriminant, and second formula is finding roots after finding discriminant. Understand? Now, before practice this method, first of all understand, just observe here. Suppose d is negative. Suppose d is negative, then here problem arises. Just like completing square method, once minus 33 we came across, and at that time we stopped there. We have to stop there. Why? Because square root of negative number not. So same problem arises here also. So whenever d is negative, okay, no real solution. No real solution is quite systematic answer. Not no solution, no real solution. Means not in real. And suppose d equal to 0. Suppose d equal to 0. Sir, what happens here? Both are becomes equal. Why? Because adding 0 or subtracting 0 remains same only, nothing. So at that time, identical solution or identical roots. Okay, if d is 0, then identical roots. And if d greater than 0, then obviously both are different. Both will be different. So at that time, distinct root. Distinct root. So understand? Less than 0, why no real roots? You understand? Root of negative number not possible. Otherwise, you are not getting real numbers. D equal to 0, then both become same only, no difference at all. And if d is greater than 0, then obviously both are different values. So distinct means different, identical but equal, repeating. Okay? So just understand that. Now with this one, we can say another two options also. Suppose d is perfect square number. Suppose d is perfect square number. Then we can find square root here. So root sign will remove. So at that time, roots are rational. And if d is not perfect square number, at that time root will remain. Root remains. So at that time irrational. So if you again want to divide it into two cases, then if d is perfect square number, okay, then roots are rational. Okay, if d is not perfect square number, so obviously roots are irrational. Distinct is right. In both cases distinct, but again what difference? Irrational. And nothing to remember here, not to memorize anything, because only observing this only you can derive all this conclusion. Okay? Even then, if you want to write, you can write it. Okay? In textbook or anywhere. Okay? So just remember this formula and any one of these, because both are simple, only middle sign is different. Okay? So not three formula, after all two only. Now we just look and we just try to solve first number. Okay? So same questions are there, but the method is different. Answer will be repeating. Answer will be same because answer not depends on method. So first one, 2x square minus 7x plus 3 equal to 0. Okay. So a equal to 2, b equal to minus 7, c equal to 3. Here first of all, list out value of a, b, c, ax square plus bx plus c means a, b, c with sign. Okay. Now just write down formula of discriminant, b square minus 4ac. So b square minus 4ac. Okay. Just bac are replaced by its value. So this become 49. 4 to the 8 is 24. 25. D is 25. Okay. Now write down alpha and beta minus b plus root d upon 2. Okay, minus b is minus and b itself is negative. So put in bracket. Plus here to write 5 only, not plus minus 5 because sign it will already indicate two cases different. Upon 2 into 2 because a is 2. Okay, so b, d and a all three values are there. So minus minus plus 7. 7 plus 5 upon 4. 12 upon 4. 3. Okay. Now beta. Beta remains same only in between sign will be different. So here minus 7 minus 5 upon 2 into 2. So 7 minus 5. 7 minus 5 upon 4. 2 upon 4. 1 by 2. Okay, so 2 answer we got. And in first completing square method also we got 3 and 1 by 2. Understand? Okay. So this is the quadratic formula method. Actually, if you remember formula, then nothing is difficult. Very easy it is. Okay. So just look that way. Now homework. Suppose instead of 25 you will get 0. At that time you have to find only alpha or only beta because both are same. Okay. And suppose you get negative number here, then don't write formula of alpha and beta because the sum terminate here only. Why? After negative number we cannot find root. So at that time you have to give answer d is less than 0. So no real roots, sum over. Okay. But if it is positive or 0, but in 0 only one calculation you have to do, no need to second one because both are after all equal. Okay. So I am giving just 3 sum and that 3 sum you have to solve by both methods. Completing square method and perfect square method. Okay. So first one, x square minus 2x plus 1, 2. 3x square minus x plus 2, 3. 6x square minus 3 plus 7x. Okay, so all three you have to solve by completing square method and by perfect square method. First of all, write down this or take screenshot so that I can remove it. Otherwise, just I write down here, solve by first completing square method and quadratic formula method. Okay, so total 6 sums you are having, and in both method answer will be repeated. Okay, if answer you are not getting equal, then in any one method you have make many mistakes. Okay, so this way both methods are possible. Even factorization method also possible, but we practice it well, so I am not giving again it. Okay, so I hope you understand both methods, and remaining sum I will solve. Question 1, 2nd, 3rd and 4th in next lecture. Okay, only I am giving you extra sum. Textbook sums I will solve. Okay, I will solve all sum by completing square method and remaining 3 sums I will also solve here on by quadratic formula. Okay, thank you.